welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. Oh, I'm actually a few seconds early. It's 3:59 on Thursday afternoon. I apologize for not being on Tuesday. I think most of you saw my post. We had a toilet spring a very big leak, I guess. I thought we caught it quickly, but it still has caused a ton of water to enter our carpet. And so I think Kent told me there's 13 fans, two or three dehumidifiers going in our garage and downstairs area. Needless to say, we're not hanging out down there. It's really loud. But hopefully tomorrow they're going to come and take all that stuff out, and then we can start the process of fixing everything down there. But we're thankful we were home. It could have been much worse. That's what we keep telling ourselves. All right, so I have a project for you today. This idea came from Misty, one of my team members. She did a card somewhat similar to this at our shoebox swap. Truthfully, I cannot remember what hers looked like. I just remember some of the stamps. And so we'll see. Misty will probably tell me it's not even close. But in my head, this is similar to what she made. So I'm going to turn the camera around and hope it doesn't connect to my phone. And it did. There we go. We're going to try again. I thought I had that fixed. And now it doesn't. Oh, I see why it didn't switch. My connector for my uh, camera from my computer had come loose. So that explains why that happened. All right. So we are using a set. I'm using a set today called Elements of Text. I love this. I kind of like that rustic look. We're going to be using the circle here. I like that if you use this, you can add in some splatter to make it a little more weathered if you want to. Then we're using a stamp set that I know I've used a lot, but I love it. The Spotlight on Nature, but I'm not using the dies this time. We're just using the stamp set. All right, so I have two pieces of paper here. They're both 4 by 5 1/4. And you're saying that's not going to work because you're not going to be able to see them, but we're going to make it work. And then my card base is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I apologize. I forgot to put the little stickies on that, but these are basic sizes again, 4 by 5 1/4, and then the 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. We're going to start with the white. I'm using crumb cake and I'm using an old ink pad because I can't find my current one. I'm sure it's here somewhere. All right, we're going to take the great big Elements of Text stamp, ink it up really nicely, and I want it to be more towards the bottom, so we're going to do it about right there. Give it a good oomph. There we go. And then I'm going to grab that Spotlight in Nature, the flowers that I just love. I think I could use them on 90% of the cards I make. I love this set. All right, and I'm going to stamp it so that the biggest flower up here at the top goes outside the text for sure. Okay, like that. All right, so that's our start. Just realized I was going to see if anyone was live with me. I'm guessing not, since I haven't been live in ages. I'm always having to do recordings. I'm hoping the rest of this summer that I'll get to be live and then I'll get to interact with you guys and we can chat while I work. All right. So I'm going to take the blue pencil that is on our watercolor pencils, and I'm not going to color the whole flower. I just want to add some color to the center part of it. Now you could use your blends, but I was afraid it would just be a little too dark, and I didn't want it really dark. So that less is more idea here. So I just want to add just a little bit of the blue color to the flowers. And I actually use Night of Navy, and if you do it lightly, it kind of looks like the Misty Moonlight. And then I'm going to use some garden green on the leaves here. And again, I'm not coloring it all the way in, just adding color so that you know it's a green leaf. I've been watching my 2-year-old grandson this week. My daughter is helping with VBS at our church, and Kaysen's old enough he got to go this year. And you see my boo-boo here every day. Oh, Grandma, boo-boo, boo-boo. That was when I tried to plug in our shop vac to start sucking water, and I hit the shelf above the outlet. And boy, that thing just does not want to heal. So I apologize. Doesn't look very good. I should have put a Band-Aid on it. All right. So there we go. Now, the way this is going to fit is we're going to tear. And when you tear, here's my tip. We'll put my tip in today since I didn't get to do it on Tuesday. When you're tearing paper, you want to tear towards yourself so that you get that pretty edge on the top of your paper. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So see that I did this. If I turn it over, it's all one solid. You don't have the layers like you do here. Okay, we're going to tear all the way around. Haven't done this in quite a while. Thought of it today after I when Danae and Kaysen got home. I helped Kaysen, or I chatted with Kaysen while he ate his lunch, and then he did not want Grandma to leave today. And I'll tell you what, yes, all my grandkids have me wrapped around their finger. He just kept saying, "Don't leave, Grandma." So I got home really late. Well, actually, thank you to my mother. She is doing laundry for us, all the stuff that got wet, because they won't let me use my washer and dryer because they're afraid it'll blow the fuses because they've got so many dryers and stuff going. So I stopped at her house and picked up a bunch of our clothing that got wet and got home, and it was about 3 o'clock. I went, oh my gosh, it's Thursday and I need to come up with a project. Oh, but it was worth it. I love spending time with my grandkids and my daughter. All right. So as you can see, I've just taken a sponge and just kind of weathered the edges here. Okay. Now, if you want to make this even more weathered, where we did the text here, you could go back and put some splotches in there. I kind of liked it without, so I left it like that. Now, I didn't like this just as solid lines, but I really didn't want to tear it. So I remembered in this set that there's this hashtag. So I'm using that. You could also use these dots if you wanted to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just doing the edge. You don't need to do the whole thing because we're going to put the flowers over the top of this. So just randomly stamping. I don't want it to look uniform. Right, and see when we lay this here, then that looks all really nice, except right up here in the corner. All right, so see, that's gonna lay over there like that. Doesn't that look pretty? I love that look. I have to admit, there we go. My computer had gone to where I could hardly see the image on the screen. All right, so my Misty Moonlight, I scored it at 4 1/4, just like I always do for a regular card base. We use the bone folder. And then we're going to put these layers on here. I'm going to use regular glue for the bottom layer. And then for the flowers, I'm going to add it with dimensional. So we get some on this card. And you'll notice I didn't put any words on it. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to use this card for. I think it would be a beautiful sympathy card. It could be a thinking of you. It could be just about anything. So I decided I would leave it blank so that I can add whatever words I want. Probably what I'll do is just add them on the inside and leave the front without any words on it. All right, so I'm just doing edges here. One thing is if you think the person you're sending it to might push on the middle, you might want to grab one of our big dimensionals and put it in the middle. All right, so we'll pull these off. I know I could use my take a pick tool, but when I'm on camera, it seems like that never works well. Now, if I'm off camera, it works just fine, but not so much on camera. So I'm thinking I could do 4 o'clock on Thursdays for my lives. If you would like to join me live, would you comment below here? I am on YouTube live, and I'm probably going to stay on YouTube for my lives because Facebook has changed their policies. And if you go live on their platform, it only stays for 30 days and then it goes away. So I'd rather upload that as a video so it'll stay longer. All right, now I grab this. That must be a brand new roll. All right, this is some of the basic twine. It comes in 5 colors. I love this stuff. I use it all the time. There's black, white, kind of a gray, and then the brown. I think it's really very, very versatile. You can use it a lot. All right. If you're coming to my crop, I sent out an email today with the classes that I'll be teaching. I am going to limit the space on that because if I get too many people, it's just really difficult for me to keep up. So if you're wanting to attend the classes at the crop, please respond soon. Can't believe the crop's next weekend already. All right, so I'm going to add a bow here for just a little bit of texture and variety on here, just on the top one. And there you go. There's the front. Isn't that gorgeous? And even Misty, if it's not exactly like yours, you inspired this one. So thank you very much. And I'm going to show you how I did the inside because I actually got it done this time. I took the leaves in the Spotlight on Nature and the butterfly. Show you how I did the inside because I actually. All right, so we're going to do the leaves there. And then I did the butterfly up here at the top. And I chose the garden green again just to fill in just a little bit of color here. By the way, we are almost to the end of June. I can't believe that. It's amazing how fast this month has gone. The 24th, which is next Tuesday, is Kitten Cup. Oh, we have so much fun. It's really laid back. Buy one of my kits. I'll have a box of them there, or bring a kit or a project you're working on. We sit and visit. We share ideas. We look at each other's kits that they've bought, and we usually end up going, "Oh, I got to get that one." And then we stop. There's a barbecue place there. A lot of us will go and eat dinner. There's an ice cream shop that hopefully is going to be open now that we've hit summer. And I wanted the body here of this butterfly to be a little darker, so I grabbed my early espresso and colored in his, I don't remember what the exact word is. Sorry, guys. Those of you that are science people, you know what that part of the butterfly is called. And here's the inside of my card. Well, try again. There we go. And as I always do, I grab my stamp. I take credit or stamp. I always tell people Hallmark takes credit. You should take credit. And then for the envelope, I think what I'm going to do on this one is I'm just going to use this hashtag for some design. There. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? Please let me know. If you like this design, if you do not have the elements of texture, you will not find it in the catalog. It is an online product. I'd be happy to order it for you and send it to you. If you don't have the Spotlight in Nature, you've got to get this set. And if you get the bundle, you get these beautiful circles. Thanks for joining me today. If 4 o'clock's a good time for you to watch and chat with me, please let me know. I'm hoping to be live the rest of June and July until school starts again. Hope you love this design. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week.